There are heartbreaking moments when Excel crashes and you forgot to save your work. Don't wait for such a disaster to happen to you. Hello and welcome back to the Excel Made Easy series, where learning Excel is simple, fast and fun. In this video, we are talking about something every Excel user needs to know, and that is how to save, print and share your Excel files the right way. Let's start by learning how to save our Excel files. To save an Excel sheet, you can either save the entire workbook or save a specific sheet as a separate file. We are still using the file that we used in the previous tutorial, so after entering your data, go to the File tab and then click on it. You'll be presented with this drop down arrow. Now navigate to Save As and click on it. When you click on the Save As option, you can either save your file to OneDrive or on your PC, and also you can add a place where you would want to save your file. And finally, you can browse to choose a specific folder, drive, or the location where you would want to save your file. Let us click on this PC, which has been selected by default. When you click on this PC, you'll be given the option to save your file in any of the recent files or locations that you have opened. If you decide to save your file on OneDrive, you'll be required to have signed in into your OneDrive account and also have an active internet connection that will allow you to save your file in that location. We can also add a place to save our file. When we click on it, we will be presented with these two options, either saving it in OneDrive or on OneDrive for Business. Let us click on Browse, and what that does is that it allows us to choose a directory or folder to save our file in. So let's select Desktop. Make sure to give your file a clear name, so let us select Monthly Sales Report and then click on Save. We can see that our file is saved on the desktop. Now you are in safe hands and you won't lose your work. You can either print your Excel spreadsheets one at a time or all the sheets that is contained in the workbook at once. Also, you can select to print just the Excel tables that is contained in a sheet by selecting on it. Sometimes it is also useful to print to a file instead of a printer. This can be useful when you need to print the workbook on a type of printer that is different from the one that you normally use. Note that some formatting such as color text or cell shading may look good on screen, but not good when printed on a black and white printer. It is a good practice to print your worksheet with grid lines displayed so that the data, rows and columns stands out better. To print our Excel file, let's go to the File tab again, click on it and then come down to Print and click on it. When we click on Print, we'll be presented with this layout, and this is the print preview. This is a preview of the worksheet that is currently active. Let's take a brief look at the settings. We have Print Active Sheets, Collate, Portrait Orientation, Letter, Normal Margins, and then No Scaling. Then we also have down here at the bottom Page Setup. Let's click on this drop down arrow in the Print Active Sheet. When we click on the drop down arrow, we have the options of selecting to print only the active sheet, or we can select to print the entire workbook. And this will not only print the active sheet, but it will print all the sheets that is available in the workbook. Then also we can select a particular region and then print to selection. And when this option is selected, it will print only the selected area. Let us go back and then let's say we select our table and go back to File, Print, and then we say it should print only the selection. So in this case, it will print only the current selection. We can also decide to select ranges or pages to be printed. So we can select to print from pages 2 to page 10, and this will print from page 2 to page 10 alone. Let's come down here and click on Collated. If Collated is selected, this tells the printer to print from page 1, followed by page 2, page 3, page 4, and so on and so forth. But when it is uncollated, the printer will print the Excel sheet randomly. It can either decide to print only pages 1 or pages 2 or pages 3 alone. This option here allows us to choose the orientation. By default, the printer is selected to print the portrait orientation. Clicking on this tab gives us the opportunity to choose from a wide range of paper sizes. We can either decide to choose the letter type of paper, and this comes with the size of paper, and then the tabloid, the legal, the statement type, and then the executive or an A3 type of paper, then A4 type of paper, and also A5 and then B4, and so on. There are more paper options for us to choose from, so you can click on it to explore further. You can also click on this tab to select margins for your Excel sheet. So let's click on it, and we have the normal margin, the wide margin, the narrow margin, or you can also decide to choose a custom margin for your work by clicking on this, and this will allow you to set a custom margin for your work. So you have the page here, the margins, and then you can also add a header and footer here. And then with this no scaling option, it allows you to shrink your document to fit the page, or also let you print the document as it appears on the sheet. You have lots of options to choose from. Either you can fit all the rows on one page or fit all the columns on one page. You also have the option to choose custom scaling here, or you can decide to increase or decrease the size. Finally, we have the page setup here. This will allow you to choose the page. It also allows you to select the type of paper you'd want to use for your project. We have the statement type, the executive, the A3, the A4, A5, and then B4, just as we saw previously. When you are done setting up your pages, you can then select the printer type that you want to use to print here. This is necessary when you don't have a default printer selected. You can browse for the printer type to use. I've not installed any printer on this PC yet, so we can decide to print to PDF. And then when you are done with all your settings, then you can click on print, and this will print your document out for you. Since I'm printing to PDF, let's say monthly sales report, and select a location. I'm also going to select desktop and click save. It will then print the PDF and save it on the desktop for me. Now we can see the PDF version of our monthly sales report here. Now let's learn how to share our file. To share our Excel file, we'll either upload our file to our OneDrive folder or a SharePoint that will allow us to share it with others by granting them permission to either edit or view our document. We can also share our document directly by attaching it to an email or WhatsApp. Let me know in the comment section if you want me to show you a video to demonstrate how you can share your Excel workbook as an email attachment or a WhatsApp attachment. Finally, you can also export your Excel workbook. To do this, navigate to the File tab once again, and then come down to Export and click on it. When you click on Export, you'll be presented with this interface. You can either export it as PDF format, or you can change the file type. To export it as PDF format, let's click on this Create PDF, and as soon as we click on it, we'll be presented with this file dialog box that is asking us to choose a location where we would want to save our exported file, and then when we finish, we click on Save. So let me say click on desktop once again, and then click on publish. And because we already have the monthly sales report there, it is asking me to confirm either I want to replace it, so I will say yes, and this will be created for me. And now we have our monthly sales report in a PDF format. Then we can also export it in this way. Secondly, let's click on this change file type and look at the options. When we click on it, we'll be presented with these options. Either we would want to export our file as the Excel spreadsheet format, or we would want to send our file as an open document spreadsheet. We can also export our file as a macro-enabled worksheet, that is, if our file contains macros in it. And we also have the option of exporting it as Excel 97 to 2003 format, or as a template, and also we can export it as a binary workbook. We can also export our file as a text file or a CSV type. Whichever format that we choose to export our file in, when we are done selecting it, we will then click on the save button and it will save our work in that format for us. So let us save it on the desktop as a CSV file type and click on save. Now we have some features in your workbook might be lost if you save to CSV. So if you want to continue, say yes, and then our file will be saved in a CSV file format for us. When we go back to the desktop, we have the CSV format, the PDF format, and the Excel spreadsheet format. Before sharing your file or printing it, it is a good practice to go to the page layout tab and then check your settings. You can add headers, footers, and grid lines to give your Excel spreadsheet a professional touch. If this tutorial helped you manage your Excel files better, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more Excel tips made easy. If you have a question or topic you want me to cover next, let me know in the comment section. This is the Excel Made Easy series, and it is helping you to save smarter, print clearer, and share your workbook with confidence. See you in the next video. Thank you and bye for now.